Okay, should I start? Can you see my screen? I have shared the screen. You can hear me properly. Okay, I will start. So yesterday we had started with impotency and sterility. Very important topic. We had seen some introductory part of impotency and sterility. I also explained you the difference between impotency and sterility. So impotency is, as I told you yesterday, impotency is inability to take part in sexual intercourse. And sterility is inability to conceive children. I had given you one example yesterday. uh, the lady who has undergone hysterectomy, जिसका यूट्रस निकाल दिया है सर्जरी करके. If any woman has undergone hysterectomy or has undergone some family planning surgery like tubectomy, she will not be able to conceive the children, but she can take part in sexual intercourse. Means she will be sterile but not impotent. Same thing in case of males. In case of males, if any person has undergone family planning surgery in males, that is vasectomy. If he has undergone vasectomy, he will be able to perform the sexual intercourse but will not be able to produce the children or conceive the children. So he will be potent. He will not be impotent but will become sterile. Then we had seen some examples where this uh, impotency and sterility will play important role for deciding the direction or judgment of that particular case. Some examples of civil cases like divorce, adoption, adultery, unnatural sexual offenses. Sorry, these are criminal examples. So, nullity of marriage and divorce and adoption, and criminal cases like rape, unnatural sexual offenses, and all. And claiming some compensation after some assault or accident. Now we will see causes of impotency and sterility in male in detail. So we will see causes of impotency and sterility in males. Anyone there in waiting room? No, I can't see anyone. I think everyone has joined. If anyone comes late and is still in the waiting room, please inform me, because I will not be able to see on the screen. I have shared the screen, so I will be dealing with that PPT. So if anyone is there waiting in the waiting room, please tell me. I will admit. Okay. So we will see in detail about the causes of impotency and sterility in male, asked as a separate 5-mark short note. So age, very important factor. Age. A boy is sterile but not impotent after puberty. Now I will not repeat it again. I hope all of you have understood the meaning of the word sterile and impotent. So boy is sterile because by the time of puberty के पहले, जब तक वो बच्चा है, what we can call him, 11 12 13 साल का होने तक, he will be sterile because of those hormonal changes have not yet taken place. Semen is not formed, sperms are not formed. That's why that boy will be sterile, will not be able to produce the child, but will not be important. He can perform the sexual intercourse even before the puberty. So boy is sterile but not important before puberty. And there is no any upper limit for potency or sterility in males. मतलब 80, 80, 85, 90, 95, and there is no any upper age limit for potency or sterility. So the person whose age is around say 80, 85, 90 years can take part in the sexual intercourse as well as produce the child. So there is no any age limit for potency or sterility in males. Now we'll see the causes of impotency and sterility. Malformations. Malformation, they can be congenital or some acquired, like absence of absence or non-development of penis. Absence or non-development of penis. Penis is not properly developed in the intrauterine line, so that person will be impotent. Then other again congenital conditions like intersexuality. Intersexuality, where that specific what we call gender is not properly developed, that is intersexuality. Then other important cause for impotency and sterility is local or general diseases. Some local diseases like acute diseases of penis like gonorrhea. I think you have not yet completed gonorrhea. Seniors, I have taught you gonorrhea. So gonorrhea is caused by which microorganism? Anyone from seniors? Seniors, I have taught you. I have taught you in microbiology. Gonorrhea is caused by which microorganism? I give you three options: bacteria, virus, parasite. Which bacteria? What is the causative organism of gonorrhea? See, this is just a revision. This is not a part of toxicology. This is not a part of forensic medicine, but I'm just asking you because you are supposed to know, because I have taught you. Is it Neisseria gonorrhoeae? Neisseria gonorrhoeae नाम सुना है? नहीं. Neisseria gonorrhoeae. What is the okay? What is the another Neisseria? What is the another Neisseria? You know, there are two Neisseria in your syllabus: Neisseria gonorrhoeae and Neisseria meningitis. Neisseria gonorrhoeae, causative organism of gonorrhea, and Neisseria meningitis, causative organism of bacterial meningitis. So any local disease of the genitalia like acute diseases of penis like gonorrhea or syphilis. Syphilis is caused by, that also I have taught seniors. Syphilis is caused by which microorganism? अरे यार इतना टाइम नहीं जाना चाहिए, और नो एग्जाम गोइंग, इतना टाइम नहीं जाना चाहिए. ऑल दिस थिंग्स यू हैव ऑलरेडी स्टडीड. Syphilis is caused by, is it Treponema pallidum? सुना है नाम? Treponema pallidum. Treponema pallidum is causative organism of syphilis. So all these are diseases related with genitalia, and they will cause impotency and sterility. Then another conditions like large hernia, elephantiasis. Now you can tell me, elephantiasis is caused by, again three options: bacteria, parasite, virus. Elephantiasis. Sure. Very good. One said bacteria, five said parasite, one said virus. Parasite. Which parasite? What is elephantiasis? Okay, before that you tell me, what do you mean by elephantiasis? The name only tells you elephantiasis. Only thighs. Only lower limb. Because of obstructed lymph vessel by the parasite. Which parasite? Filariasis is the another name for that. So what is the name of the parasite? Which Wuchereria bankrupt. Wuchereria bankrupt, also called as filaria. It causes obstruction. The dead worms get accumulated in the lymphatic channels, and they obstruct the lymphatic drainage. That's why the affected part becomes swollen. It can be genitalia, testes, it can be lower limb, anywhere, wherever they have obstructed the lymphatics. The condition is called as elephantiasis because there is massive swelling of that part by excessive accumulation of lymph. Then large hydrocele. What is hydrocele? What do you mean by hydrocele? Simple things I am asking. These are basic things. You have already studied it in first year also in applied anatomy and all. You might have heard this term so many times. Have you heard hydrocele before this? Excessive. What is hydrocele? Excessive. Yes, yes. Try someone. You are not in the class. I cannot hit you. I cannot punish you. Hmm? Where? In the brain or stomach or liver or lung? Testis मध्ये. Testis मध्ये. Okay, you are close to answer, but answer is not 100% correct. It is excessive accumulation or abnormal accumulation of fluid in scrotum. Scrotum. It is abnormal accumulation, excessive accumulation of fluid in the scrotum. Normally, fluid is present in the scrotum, but when it becomes excessive in large amount, it is called as hydrocele. And all these causes like hernia, elephantiasis, hydrocele, they will cause temporary impotency because the function of the testis will be hampered. So spermatogenesis, that is formation of the sperm, will be hampered by these disease conditions like hernia, elephantiasis, large hydrocele. And when the patient will receive treatment for this disease condition, when the hydrocele will be relieved, when the elephantiasis swelling will be relieved, when the hernia will be treated by surgery, what will happen? The spermatogenesis will start normally, and that impotency and all the pressure, whatever the pressure that has been caused on the genitalia and on those local sites will be relieved, and that will be reverted back. That's why I have mentioned it as temporary impotency. Then acute fevers like typhoid, malaria, where the patient is having very high fever. In diabetes mellitus, in tuberculosis, again it causes temporary impotency. कोई भी आदमी बीमार पड़ जाता है तो all his sexual functions and all they will be disturbed. That's why it will lead to temporary impotency, and when the patient will recover from the diseases after treatment, impotency and sterility will be reverted back. Then neurological causes. If there is any trauma, any damage to the nerves which are supplying the testes to the scrotum or to the penis, what will happen? There will be permanent loss of sexual functions. So impotency will be permanent. Then other causes of sterility are mumps, testicular atrophy, epididymitis. Epididymitis is inflammation of epididymes. This will cause sterility. And injuries and addictions. If the patient is having head injury, spinal cord injury, that will cause disturbed nerve supply of the genitalia, and will cause impotency. Then chronic alcoholism, we have seen in the alcohol poison. In chronic alcoholism, in narcotics or excessive use of certain drugs, the person will become impotent, will not be able to take part in the sexual function because of these addictions and all. Then X-ray, we have seen it in radiology, in radioactive substances. In radioactive substances in toxicology, we have seen X-rays. If the person is exposed to large amounts of X-rays, or there is any mechanical injury to the testes, or in case of lead poisoning, there can be there are so many other poisons which will cause sterility. So I have just given a few examples. X-ray, that is radiation, and injury by any means to the testis or lead poisoning, they will cause sterility. So these are the examples of impotency and sterility in male. Importantly, these are the main headings, important causes, and other excessive causes. Other you can say accessory causes are Psychic means the person can have, say, maybe because of some religious factor, yeah, or because teachings की वजह से the patient can have what we can call it as, उसको वो चीज़ ही अच्छी नहीं लगती बिल्कुल, that is the psychological, उसे बीमारी कुछ नहीं, टेस्टिस में कोई बीमारी नहीं है, इसमें उसका सीमेन प्रोडक्शन अच्छा है, स्पर्म प्रोडक्शन अच्छा है, पेनिस इज ऑल्सो फंक्शनिंग नॉर्मली, but still the person is not able to take part in the sexual intercourse only because of some psychiatric disturbances, कुछ तो mental illness की वजह से that patient is not able to perform the sexual intercourse. Another causes are fear of impotence or fear of completing the act. Now this will again come under psychiatric causes only, that can be temporary or permanent. So with proper what we call, with proper guidance or with proper psychiatric advice, that fear about the uh, fear about the sexual intercourse or whatever those maybe misconceptions are there in the mind, they can be removed with proper counseling, and it can be reverted by that. So I have mentioned it can be temporary or permanent. Then emotional disturbances, the patient under tension, emotional disturbances, patient under stress will have impotency and sterility, that will be temporary. Sexual perversions, that is the separate chapter, that is the separate topic that we'll see later on. Sexual perversion means abnormal sexual desires, that is a separate topic, asked as a 5 mark short note. Then disgust for act, just I told you in the psychic causes, the psychic causes, the patient can have disgust for the act, means doesn't want to perform sexual intercourse, he thinks it's something you can say out of religion, or म्हणजे असं काहीतरी आपण वाईट करतोय, आपण काहीतरी चुकीचं करतोय, हे जे काय आहे ते अत्यंत चुकीचं आहे अशी त्याची कुठेतरी धारणा झालेली असते. दॅट मे बी बिकॉज ऑफ सम रिलिजियस फॅक्टर और सम मेंटल कंडिशन, दॅट इज डिस्गस्ट फॉर ऍक्ट, म्हणजे त्याला त्या गोष्टीचीच किळस वाटते, असं करावं असं वाटत नाही, दॅट इज डिस्गस्ट फॉर ऍक्ट, that will come under psychiatric only. Then certain operations, if the patient has got undergone some operations for certain illnesses, like partial amputation of penis as a treatment of some diseases of glands, so there can be ulcer or some malignancy where the penis has been amputated, the person will become impotent. Vasectomy, I have given you the example of this vasectomy, the person will become sterile but not impotent, the person will become sterile but not impotent. So if any person has undergone surgery, if any person has, okay, I have admitted a few students. Okay, so if any person has undergone vasectomy, that is the treatment that is the major, one of the measures for family planning in males, so if the person has undergone vasectomy, he will not be able to produce the children but will be able to take part in the sexual intercourse. So after vasectomy, the person will become sterile but not impotent, he will be able to perform the normal sexual intercourse. And any injury to the ejaculatory tract, if there is any trauma during surgery, maybe during surgery like hernia, or in case of treatment of varicocele, hydrocele, ऐसे उस the surgery near the genitalia, there can be some mechanical injury to the ejaculatory duct, so that the semen will not be carried, semen will not be carried through the vas deferens, and that's why the person will develop sterility. He can be potent, he can perform the sexual intercourse, but will not be able to produce the child because sperms are, or that seminal fluid or sperms are not carried towards the urethra. So these are the causes of sterility and impotency in males. Asked as a 5 mark short, very commonly it is asked as a 5 mark short. So you have to mention all these 5, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, nearly 20 to 23 causes are there. You will have to mention maximum of them. So these are the causes of impotency and sterility in males. Got everyone? Any problem, any term you have not understood, or any point you have not understood, you can ask me immediately. Any problem? Anyone? कळलं सगळं? कुठल्या शब्दाचा अर्थ कळला नाही किंवा कुठला पॉइंट कळला नाहीये, काही अडचण? So that I will proceed. Okay, should I continue? Okay, we will go to the next. point, same chapter, same topic, impotency and sterility. Now we will see the causes of impotency and sterility in females. Now there is no any age limit for potency. Now the headings will be same, headings will be same in male and female, just slight explanation will be slightly uh, it will slightly vary. So we'll see the age. As we have seen in the males, the boy can be potent but sterile. The boy can be potent but sterile before puberty. And no any upper age limit for the female. No. For the male, no any upper age limit for potency and fertility for males. Now for females, we will see the age factor. There is no any age limit for potency. Uh, she can undergo sexual intercourse at any age group. No age limit. Right from lower age to the old age, she can undergo sexual intercourse at any age. So there is no any age limit for potency, that is to perform the sexual intercourse. Then commencement of fertility. So to discuss the sterility, to discuss the sterility, the important thing is age. So commencement of fertility is indicated by commencement of menstruation. So when that girl will become fertile, when that girl will become fertile, what is the age? Anyone? What is the age when the girl will be able to produce the children, or she can produce the children by what age? What we call it as we have seen in males? Yes, yes. I have. You have told a bit late, that age limit you have told a bit late. So when say just read, ये भी बहुत late हो गया. Just read the second point. Commencement of fertility means when the girl will become fertile. I am not saying potent. She can be potent at any age. She can allow, or she can perform the sexual intercourse at any age. There is no any age limit for potency, but considering the fertility, considering her reproductive ability, commencement of fertility मतलब उसका fertility कब चालू होगा? Her fertility will be indicated by commencement of menstruation. Now all of you know physiology of menstruation. So when the ovum is secreted from the ovary, when the ovum is secreted from the ovary, it will be discharged from uterus outside. What we call it as menstruation. So when a girl will start menstruating, that means she has become, yes, fertile. She has become fertile. So commencement of fertility is indicated by commencement of menstruation. Means what, by what age group? What we call it as puberty. We call it as puberty. So now the normal age group of puberty is around 9 to 12 years. कुछ कुछ लड़कियों में 9वें 10वें साल में भी आती है, कुछ लड़कियों को 11-12 साल में आती है. So it is around 9 to 12 years of age, what we call it as puberty. Then malformations. Same heading, you can just see at once. The headings are same. Age, malformations, local general disease, neurological and all. The headings are same in male and female. So we'll see malformation. Absence of vagina. These are congenital. These are congenital anomalies. Absence of vagina or rudimentary vagina. She will be impotent. अगर vagina ही नहीं है, she will not be able to take part in the sexual. These are the congenital anomalies. Absence or rudimentary vagina. The condition is intersexuality. These are congenital things. Then firm or imperforate hymen. Firm or imperforate hymen, where there is no opening. There is no opening in the hymen. Now what is hymen? What is hymen? So hymen is a thick fold. It is a fold which covers the vaginal orifice. So if that hymen is not perforated, if there is no any opening in the hymen, she will not be able to take part in the sexual intercourse. Another thing is adhesions of labia. Again, it can be inflammatory, or it can be because of some trauma, injury, like that. So there can be adhesions of the labia, will not allow the sexual intercourse. Then other anomalies are conical cervix. absence of uterus, ovaries or fallopian tubes, they will cause sterility. So if she is having abnormality in her cervix or in the uterus, absence of uterus, समझो जन्म से उसको यूट्रस ही नहीं है, और नो ओवरीज और नो फेलोपियन, और वेरी कॉमन थिंग, उसका समझो कुछ बीमारी की वजह से, बिकॉज ऑफ सम इलनेस हर यूट्रस हैज बीन रिमूव्ड, व्हाट वी कॉल इट एज हिस्टेरेक्टोमी। हिस्टेरेक्टोमी किया है, उसे कुछ तो फाइब्रॉइड यूट्रस है या कुछ ब्लीडिंग डिसऑर्डर है या और कोई बीमारी है यूट्रस की या सर्विक्स की, जिसकी वजह से उसका यूट्रस निकाल दिया है। सो शी विल बिकम, will she able to perform the sexual intercourse after removal of the uterus? Yes, so she will be potent. She will be potent but will not be able to produce the child. If her ovaries or fallopian tubes have been removed by some because of some any illness, her ovaries or fallopian tubes have been removed, she will be able to take part in the sexual intercourse but will not be able to produce the children. So she will become sterile but not important. Then local or general, same heading again as in males, local or general disease. Local diseases do not cause importance if the vagina is normal. If her vagina is roomy, vagina is normal, the hymen is perforated, she can undergo sexual intercourse. So local diseases will not cause importance if vagina is normal. Temporary importance can be because of vaginismus during coitus. That is temporary thing. Vaginismus means that is the spasm of vagina. Means when she tries to undergo sexual intercourse, the vagina undergoes spasm. That can be some psychological problem also. So because of that vaginismus, she will not allow the penis to enter the vagina. That's why it can lead to temporary impotency. Then loss of ovary by some disease or by operation. अगर ovary में कोई cyst है, tumor है, if the ovaries have been removed by disease, ovaries have been destroyed by some disease or have been removed by operation, what she will be, impotent or sterile? Sterile. She will be able to take part in the sexual intercourse but will not be able to produce the children because of loss of ovaries. Obliterated fallopian tubes. What obliterated fallopian tubes will cause? Infertility or sterility? Sterility, but not impotence. Because obliterated fallopian tubes will not allow the ovum that is coming from the ovary or sperms that they are coming from this vagina, uterus after sexual intercourse. This ovary, this ovum and sperms will not be able to unite. That's why she will produce sterility. She will produce sterility but not impotency. Then injuries and addiction, just like males, injuries and addictions like lead poisoning or radiological, or what we call it as radioactive substances or exposure to the x-ray, they will cause sterility. Alcohol and narcotics will also cause sterility but not impotency. Then psychic causes. Psychic causes, vaginismus due to fear of act, disgust, emotion, same as in males. Psychological causes, vaginismus, that is spasm of the vagina, will not allow the penis to enter because of that spasm of the vagina, that is either because of fear of act or disgust or some emotional disturbances. And another thing is operation. If she has undergone tubectomy, hysterectomy, they will cause sterility but not impotency. I have already told you. If she has gone family planning surgery like tubectomy, or for some illness, any abnormality of the uterus, she has undergone removal of the uterus, what we call it as hysterectomy, she will be able to perform the sexual intercourse. That means she will be potent but will not be able to produce the child. So she will become sterile after tubectomy or hysterectomy, where the uterus has been removed. So these are the causes in females, causes of impotency and sterility in females. Got everyone? Headings are same, just you'll have to change the name of the disease considering the sex, whether it is male or female. Got everyone? समझ में आ रहा है? Small topic but asked very commonly as a 5 mark short note. Causes of impotency and sterility in male or in the female, any can be asked. समझ में आ रहा है? Okay, then should we stop here? Tomorrow we will start. Yes, tomorrow we will start with artificial insemination. we'll see, not today, tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll start with artificial insemination. Then we'll take three topics tomorrow, three small topics: artificial insemination, then what we call it as one next topic is test tube baby and surrogate motherhood. Test tube baby and surrogate motherhood, we'll take these topics in tomorrow's lecture. Artificial insemination. Okay, I would have finished it in 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, but okay, I think enough for today. We'll stop here. क्या करें? बस हो गया? Someone has asked in the chatting, शिवानी जवळकर, इम्पोर्टेंसी एंड स्टेरिलिटी का मीनिंग. अरे यार कितनी बार बोलूं अभी. कल के लेक्चर को नहीं थी क्या ये शिवानी? काल नव्हती का लेक्चरला? She has again asked meaning of the word importance and sterility. That is your homework now. Enough. बहुत बार बोला मैंने. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll take to. If I will not be able to take the lecture at 3 p.m., I will message accordingly. Most probably I will take by 3 only. लेकिन अगर कहीं बिजी रहता हूँ ओपीडी में वगैरह तो I will message you in the group. So and I will take the lecture at 5. I will message you accordingly. Okay then, chalo, bye. Bye, see you. Bye everyone. See you tomorrow.